Now I am in Garissa. My goal is to travel across Kenya for free without food, money and water, depending on people's kindness 100%. If I fail, I'll punish myself by running marathon barefoot.
I sneaked into this bus's boot. They found me and kicked me out.
I was just dropped this town by a bus from Garissa. So I made it to Nairobi. Then from Nairobi to Mombasa. That's the farthest we can go by road. After hours of trying to stop cars, basi kama unaweza nifikisha mahali popote along this way.
Yani unaenda Nairobi bila sasa. Kuna watu wanachukua sasa tukiacha mmoja. Sasa tukibeba tuache mmoja kati yao.
Sasa. Haina shida, nimeshukuru.
To carry me thinking that I had money, but I had none. After a few minutes we were stopped by police. I had no idea this could have jeopardized my plan and being left here, because these are people with no idea. I thought kicked me out of the car when they found that I didn't have money. While I was waiting here, I was looking for cars, and thankfully one of the cars stopped, and so I went to check out this man over here. When this car stopped, I went to talk to them and I explained myself to them, and they agreed to take me to Nairobi. But when I went back for my bag, I found that they had drove off. So I was stranded there again and desperate.
So those guys wanted to give me a free ride, but they changed their mind when I went back to my bag. It only took me 5 seconds to go for my bag, but they paid off.
Hours of waiting, one man came. This man is called Deno. Deno was here and wanted to know what was wrong with me. It was like, man, you can't be in the road and people are here. He told me that he is going in the next town, but he told me that he can pay for me the trip to Nairobi if I was really stranded here. So this man told me to stop any vehicle and he would pay for me. So I stopped the vehicle. Deno paid for me 380 shillings to Nairobi for a ticket to Nairobi. He made my day. Thank you so much, Dennis, for making my dreams come true. I was now a very happy man, even after the first guy broke my heart. After 4 hours, I was in Nairobi. Then after arriving, I went to railway, and look, this security officer here saw that I was filming, and they detained me and my phone for filming in public. And this officer over here confiscated my phone and forced me to delete the footage that I had, and thankfully I was to move on with my journey. This would have jeopardized my plans. After they had forced me to delete my footage, the mafia was back on track. I was back in the train because someone had paid for me. I would have missed it and everything would be jeopardized. So I took my train going to Nairobi terminus. We arrived. Then I wanted to sneak to Nairobi terminus, but the worst happened. I finally went to the counter and the price was $940, equal to $9.40 to Mombasa. I tried convincing people to pay for me, but not one paid for me. So I had to get out of this facility as quick as possible and try another terms and another means to Mombasa. And now this was a golden advice ever.
Molongo pale kuna lori nyingi sana. Sawa. Kwa maji ina molongo. Kama una pesa unajua za kusaidia tu ya Mombasa.
I think I'm giving up, but not until I get to Mombasa with no money, zero money. I will walk, I will wait. I cannot relent. I am not a loser, I am a winner. And I will go in Mombasa, see those lorries, those ones. I'll try some.
Do it! Just do it!
Sasa, do you think it's possible to travel across Kenya for free with no money? It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. Inawezekana kutembea Kenya kwa kutumia watu wazuri. So those guys have dropped me in a river.
This was a good way to start the journey, guys, by this lorry. But there was a lot of sand. That sand was getting into my eyes that I couldn't even see. But finally I arrived where I was going and I was to take another lorry.
So finally we are in Makutano. So we have a long way to go. We need to convince other person to take us more distance.
In Makutano, I met these guys doing a delivery for sales. They took me a few kilometers and dropped me somewhere along Mombasa Road, but out of nowhere. I didn't even know where I was, and I was running out of time. It was just only 18 hours remaining for me to finish my challenge, and I was stranded right here. But thank God this man came through and helped me out, and I was so heartbroken by a man from that Mercedes Benz.
Kwenye ulitoka uliambiwa utanipata? Mwambia hapana.
What surprised me, some people are good, others are so fun. This dude told me that, did someone tell you to come and you will meet me? I said no, but I told him that God can make people meet, and he told me, go tell God that you didn't even see me. This guy bought me food. I ate that sugarcane. I was very happy when I was traveling. Truck drivers are so nice. They always buy you something. I was so grateful for the journey. And then he gave me a masterpiece of advice. This man's advice was so good that it worked. I traded to these guys and it worked.
I found a truck driver, a very good truck driver. Truck drivers are so nice. There are so many guys. There's another guy here. What's your name, bro? Solo. What's your name, bro? Joro. So, in the truck here, yes, that one driver. What?
So these three guys, Solo, Joro, and Samson the driver, took me one of the greatest achievements that I have never seen in my life. They took me from Mali all the way to Mombasa. We saw elephants on the way, and you know why it worked? The previous driver gave me the hint that to cut my distance into small pieces, and then convince people after taking me to small pieces to take me a longer place. Then it worked. But thank you, they were very kind. When we arrived in the next destination, they also bought me food, gave me water, and you will see one of the most kind people ever to see. After traveling for so long, it was only like less than 10 hours remaining. Then we had to check the vehicle well to make sure that everything was good. So the driver was checking if the tires were good or they were hot. Those rings should not be hot, because he said that if it's hot, we will lose some tires down the road. So we went doing inspection with them, and finally we found some of the vehicle parts were wearing out, so he repaired them, and soon after the journey kicked on.
Unakaga na spare parts ya kila kitu.
He fixed the light and it was good, and we went and cut some wires over there and went back to where the wire was teared off, and he put it good and we were ready to go. After a few hours of drive through Savo, we left and we were in a place called Manyata, the last point before we get to Mombasa. They bought me food, tea and everything, because we were so late that when you get to Mombasa you have nowhere to eat, so you must be full before.
You're the last one. Complete the mission.
With less than 100 kilometers left, we arrived in Mombasa. In the depot, we dropped our container. Then we drove to another place called Changamwe, where we parked our vehicle. Then we slept there. With my time running out, I had only 3 hours left right now, and we went there under just 1 hour.
So guys, I'm going to sleep here. Those guys brought me to Mombasa and they gave me somewhere to sleep. Very great people exist. Donate. See you tomorrow, guys.
The driver put that net so we don't get mosquito bites and be sick in Mombasa. So it was a very great morning, and I couldn't go and without finishing this video in the beach and washing all my tiredness. I hadn't even taken a bath for the last 24 hours, so it was good time for me to go to the beach to finish my video. So I boarded the ferry all the way to the other side of Mombasa, and there I was in the beach, and my video was just in time.
I have reached to Mombasa. I have arrived. So I have a friend here. What's her name? Elisha Jambo, baby. Mombasa, Kenya. Huyu jamaa amefika ama hajafika? Amefika. Mission complete ama si complete? Mission complete. All tupoteze kuambia wazee nataka tufikishe kama 20,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers. 100,000 subscribers. 2023.
While in Mombasa, I met friends like Elisha. Elisha showed me around. We toured all areas like Fort Jesus, so many places, guys. I'll play you at the end of the video most of the best places that I love, and this was the message to you guys from Elisha.